He's got a first down, too.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Rodgers now on first down. Flushed out right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
After the interception, here's Smith. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 39.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
After 1, 7-0. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
They'll run with Hall.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level.
Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's taken to the 26. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Alan Lazard from 19 yards away. And the Jets have moved out in front. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the gun, here's Smith. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Smith. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
There's Hall bringing in another one. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. On third down, here's Hall. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Carter is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Alan Lazard with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an
throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quan Alexander, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
To try again after the sack. Smith, he's going to float this over the middle, deep.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense, and what you want.
And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Garrett Wilson,
58 yards.
And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now Geno. He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Hall on a give up the middle. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Here's Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now Hall.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Second and short now following the fumble.
Now a play fake. Rodgers steps away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on second down. Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Smith now to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, Smith. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The utter domination here just